Um, okay, good. You're here. Before you sleep, before the day fully closes, before you let go of everything and drift somewhere else. I needed you to see this first. So settle in, get comfortable. What I am about to tell you is going to send you to sleep with something warm in your chest. At the end of a day, when the noise has finally settled, when you are in that quiet space between the world and sleep, something tends to surface, a thought, a face, a feeling you were too busy to fully feel during the day. That comes forward now in the quiet, because the quiet finally has room for it. I have a feeling I know what surfaces for you. A person, or the thought of a person, or the particular warmth that their name carries inside you. Even when you are not thinking of them directly, even when you are only thinking of something that reminds you of them, that warmth is there. Isn't it in the before sleep quiet, present, familiar, yours? Whew. What I want to tell you tonight is that on the other side of that warmth, something is happening that you cannot see from where you are. Something that would surprise you if you could see it, if you could feel it the way they are feeling it right now, in their own quiet, in their own space between the day and sleep. They are thinking about you, not lightly, not in passing, in the deep way. The way that happens when someone has worked their way into the texture of another person's inner world. The way that happens when a feeling is too significant to stay on the surface and goes down into the quieter places where the real things live. They are thinking about you. They're, and I want to describe what that looks like from the inside, because I think you deserve to feel it fully, not just know it abstractly in their quiet, in their own before sleep space, something that was managed during the day, something that had to compete with tasks and noise and the ordinary demands of a life, gets to come forward fully, without competition, without needing to be practical, without needing to make sense to anyone. And what comes forward is you, the specific thought of you, the specific feeling of you, the particular way their chest does something. When they let themselves really think about you, without the daylight management, without the protective distance, just you and everything they feel about you, fully present in the dark. They do not fight it at night. They let it be, and what it is large and warm and entirely about you. I want to tell you something that I think you have been underestimating, something that has perhaps been harder to see from the inside, because when we are inside a feeling, when we are the ones who want, it is easy to project our uncertainty onto the other person, to assume that what we feel is not equally matched on the other side, to wonder if we are reading something that is not fully there, if we want it so much that we are seeing more than is real. You are not seeing more than is real. If anything, you have been seeing less. You have been underestimating this. underestimating them, underestimating how much you have gotten to them, how deep in their world you have gone without necessarily knowing it, without them having said it. The way people often do not say the biggest things until the pressure of not saying them becomes greater than the fear of saying them. The pressure is building. Let me tell you what this person wants, not in an abstract way, in a specific one, because specific is what you need to hear tonight. Not general comfort, something real. They want your time. Not all of it, not in a consuming way, but in the particular way that someone wants time with a person. When they have discovered that time with that person is different from time anywhere else. When being with you feels like being somewhere worth being, rather than simply passing through another experience. They want your attention, the particular quality of your attention, the way you listen, the way you see things, the way your mind works, the way you find meaning in things that other people let pass without noticing. They have noticed how you notice, and they want more of it directed toward them. They want the ordinary version of you, not the presented version, not the version that is performing or managing or holding everything together for everyone. The version that exists in the quiet moments, the moments exactly like this one. When the day is over and you are just you, unguarded, real, fully yourself, that version is the one they want most. I want to speak to something that might be sitting in you right now, even in this soft, quiet moment. A question that lives underneath the warmth. Do they really feel this? Or am I just hoping they do? I hear that question, and I want to answer it directly. Not with a vague reassurance, with something you can actually hold. The things you have been sensing about this person, the moments where you felt something from them, a particular look, a shift in the energy when you enter a space they are in, a way they speak to you that is slightly different from how they speak to others, a quality of attention they offer you that you have noticed, even if you dismissed it as wishful thinking. You were not wrong to notice. Those things were real. Those signals were accurate. Your perception of this person and what they feel has been more correct than your doubt wanted you to believe. Trust what you felt. Even when you could not prove it, it was real. There is something else I want to name tonight, something specific to this hour. This before sleep energy, that I think is worth understanding. The quietest hours of the day, the hours before sleep, are when people are most honest with themselves, when the distractions fall away, when the performed version of the self gets tired and steps down, and the real version, the one that does not need to perform anything for anyone, takes its place. In those hours, people know things they sometimes pretend not to know during the day. They feel things they sometimes manage away in the daylight. They want things they sometimes tell themselves are not practical, not realistic, not safe to want fully This person, in their quiet hours, their before sleep hours, knows exactly what they want. And it is you, not a version of you, not an idea of you. You specifically, in all the ways that are specific to you, the exact particular person you are. I want to tell you something about the specific quality of what they feel because it is worth knowing, worth carrying into sleep, worth letting become part of the warmth that stays with you tonight. What they feel is not a passing thing. It is not the enthusiasm of something new. That will fade as the novelty fades. What they feel has a settled quality to it, a depth that does not belong to something temporary, a weight that says, this is not going anywhere, this is here in me, regardless of what I do with it, regardless of what happens next. That kind of feeling, settled, weighted, certain in its own quiet way, does not happen often. And it does not happen for people who are not worth it happening for. It happened for you in them because of who you are. Um, Before you sleep tonight, I want to leave you with something, not an action item, not a strategy, just a truth, a warm one that you can carry into the dark with you. You are more wanted than you know, not in a general way, not in the way that comfort is given to make someone feel better without saying anything real. In the specific way, by this specific person who thinks about you in the quiet, who feels something in the before sleep hours that has your name on it, who has been holding more than they have shown for longer than you realize. You are more wanted than you know. Let that be the last thing that lands in you tonight, before the day closes, before the quiet deepens into sleep. Let it settle somewhere real in you, without argument, without the doubt showing up to qualify it. Just let it be true, because it is. Sleep well. You are thought of more than you know by someone who means it